Humahaba yung listahan ng ating mga bisita dito. No? Sinabay na namin former Senator Francisco Tatad and Senator Judge Jinggoy Estrada. We'll let Senator Tatad first say what's keeping him busy these days. Araw-araw nandito siya sa impeachment.
Well, I wrote a book on the impeachment of President Estrada. I intend to write a book on this one.
Your observation, Senator Tatad, is not a lawyer, no? So, from a layman's point of view, how is it going? And how is it different, I guess,
Well,
from the previous one?
the quality is different, no? Sabi ko kay Joker Arroyo, I think you set the standards so high, mahirap sundan.
You're talking about the prosecution team here, sir.
The prosecution. And there was a little confusion this afternoon. The prosecution moved to start with the presentation of evidence on Article 2. But when the chair indicated willingness to do so, hindi pala handa. So, may problema tayo.
Nako, oo, nabanggit nyo yan. Let me just move to Senator Estrada. Sir, well, ano sa tingin nyo yung medyo pabago-bago? On a procedural matter, medyo nagbago yung, kung ikaw, inasumo ba na ang mauuna is Article 1?
Kasi before, I heard news that they will start tackling Article 2 first, no? Presumably because that is their strongest case. Because they have been going out to the media, to the public, and divulging their pieces of evidence before the public and before the media, and that should not be the case. Dapat lahat ng mga presentation evidence dapat sa impeachment court. Kaya siyempre kinokondisyon nila yung mga utak ng mga tao na ito yung pinakamalakas na kaso. So they wanted to start sa Article 2. But unfortunately, when they were ready, according to Congressman Barsaga, ang i-present lang pala yung mga documents na computer generated, and which is inadmissible in court kasi wala magte-testify dun sa authenticity ng mga documents.
So, I'm sorry, Senator, yung isa sigurong magandang itanong, sa 23 senators, 11 are lawyers. But you're one of those who are non-lawyers. Ano yung appreciation mo dun sa usapan? And kayo ba, are you ready to let, let's say, the Senate President, the presiding officer, to decide on certain matters na rin?
Yes, base sa aming caucus, based on our caucus, si Senate President will lay the issue sa mga senator judges. And syempre meron kaming mga certain comments, and then he will take note of the comments, and then he will state his position, and if you concur, then that's it.
Senator Estrada, although you're not a lawyer, but very clearly not having a clear sequence, as to what articles to present has caused problems today. Will the Senate and yourself, will you support the move by Senator Angara and Enrile to have a sequencing and in fact a statement of who are the witnesses that will be presented?
I understand, as a non-lawyer, the prosecution has the right, to start with Article 8 or Article 2 for that matter, as long as they notify the prosecution and the impeachment court kung ano yung arrangement, kung ano yung susunod na article na tatalakayin, and give us a list of the witnesses that they are going to present.
Si Senator Tatad, I just want to ask, what's your impression and assessment? Early days, I know, but how the Senate impeachment court is handling everything so far?
Well, I suppose the Senate President should be credited with a masterful handling of the chair. No? He is a veteran lawyer, de Campanilla yan, so he understands the law. And his rulings have so far been sound. Except that this afternoon, after he made his ruling and the prosecution submitted, one senator rose to propose an amendment to the ruling, to modify the ruling, and that prompted a vote on the floor, because the ruling of the chair was upheld, but in the meantime, TV time went to the center judge.
Tatanungin ko si Senator Estrada, bakit nga ba, Senator, nag-caucus pa kayo bago kayo nagboto?
Importante naman yung caucus para sa amin, para hindi na, alam mo, hindi na lumabas sa publiko yung aming disagreement. So, pwede man namin pag-usapan na kami-kami lang.
Nagulat ba kayo na tumayo si Senator Cayetano kanina?
No, because we had the caucus yesterday afternoon before the start of the impeachment trial, and we already concurred with the opinion of the Senate President. But unfortunately, si Senator Cayetano was absent during the
Yun pala yun, oo. Senator,
Linda, I'm
honorary
curious
president.
kay Senator Tatad. You have been in the position of Senator Estrada now. You were Senator Judge. What did you do during that time to prepare for the impeachment trial?
Well, I was the majority leader at the time, and I had to study the articles of impeachment. I had to study the procedure in order to assist the Chief Justice, who was the presiding officer. Well, at the time, the two parties entered into an agreement on, say, the length of time one would need to produce witnesses. The other party was always advised that they're going to call on certain witnesses. They were given time. And of course, the court was well advised on what the two parties were going to do. No one could say that he was caught flat-footed dahil hindi nakapag-abiso ng maaga.
Just a final question from me for Senator Estrada. 10 years ago, 11 years ago, it was your family that was now on the in the position of CJ Corona and his family. Alam ko yung dad mo, the former president, likes nagbabalik tanaw yun once in a while. Do we expect him one of these days to be here?
Well, maybe if we invite him, he'll be here. But if I were to compare, without sounding biased, if I would compare the impeachment trial of former President Estrada as to the impeachment trial of Chief Justice Corona, yung impeachment trial ngayon, I think it is well organized. Hindi nagdidebate ang mga senator judges unlike before. I hope I'm correct, Senator Tatad.
Oo, at saka syempre nilinaw na from the very start, walang walkout. You will
Yes.
see this through the very end.
Sana wala rin umiyak.
Baka sa tuwa lang, Senator. And we would like to thank Senate President Pro Tempore Jinggoy Estrada and former Senator Tatad for joining
Salamat,
all of
salamat.
us here.
Thanks,
Maraming
Linda.
salamat. We'll see more of you as the trial progresses. Tony, back to you.
All right, thanks very much. Our colleagues Linda Humilla and Attorney Adel Tamano joining us there from the Senate for the second day of this short procedure for the Senate Impeachment Tribunal. Let's have some parting words from our guest, Attorney Vicky Avena.